I don't know. It's Fresh 2020 and the Face Your Fear Friday show. It's the second, y'all. What's good? It is the second of Rocktober. I don't trust these motherfuckers when they drive, man. I don't trust these. I don't like, you know why I don't like driving when it's dark? Because you can't see shit. No, but for real though, like I wear contacts and I can see. I just can't see as well as I can during the day when I'm wearing my glasses, right? Like when I go from glasses to contacts, there's a small, some would say imperceptible difference. And it's something about the combination of nearsightedness, astigmatism, and then, what's the other thing? Nearsightedness, astigmatism. Are those the only two factors with the axis? There's like the size and shape of the contact and the thickness. Anyway, it's like I'm between sizes. You dig? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm between sizes. Ooh. Sick. I like that sound. Let's hop into the freestyle. Let's get into the freestyle. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound or the look of that. I'm looking for some that I can't take back. I gotta do what I do. I gotta do what I can, but I gotta can't be the man always. Can't be the man always. I'm looking for a piece of the pie. I'm looking for a place to say hi. I won't take the red pill if the yellow light is green. Da-da-da-da-da. I say all that to say this. Shout out to the homie. Shout out to the president. Guess he got the COVID-19. That's relevant, right? To the election in the 2020 chaos that we've been experiencing. Who you fixin' to vote for? I heard Biden can't make it off the first floor. Rather stuck in a basement, a bunker. It's either slapping or it's funkier. Shout out to LethalNeedle. So consistent. He's like Batman, but different. It's been a minute since I uploaded. Still recording every day. I have to say, yesterday, Thursday, was like the first day that I didn't spit the sickest freestyle that I ever heard. Word. Defrag the godson. And listen to his raps. The other day, autoplay was doing me good. Doing me right. I held the position. I held it overnight. I couldn't get up out of it, and I thought, oh no. I gotta kiss the 5 bills. Goodbye? Hell no. I still made a profit. Logic, you gotta stick to your principles and use your gut at the same time. Principles, not rules. It can't be so stringent and dogmatic. God damn it. Still smoking like an asthmatic. Yeah. 3 like the Trinity or a hockey hat trick. Bombastic. Shaggy. I didn't see the position of Earth till I downloaded the image. I can't believe it's real. I even have some prior art for you. It's gonna be the flyest logo in the world. I'm so excited. I got my feet and my toes dipped in all the appropriate creative projects. That's why a consultant gets paid in logic. If you need money, ask for advice. I say it twice. If you need advice, ask for money. In reverse, it always works. Is the alligator eating a thing that's bigger? Probably. Works half the time, always, maybe. Surprise. What does is mean? Is means that you probably been distancing. Learning like the governess does all the time in wonderment. Just because you can color in between the lines doesn't make you prime candidate for the prime minister. Visitors to Earth is different than aliens. Birth, where you birthed at. Think about all the things that make you just curse that. A blessed if you will. I need you John Hancock still. Photo ID with federal restriction. Supply YXY. When don't nobody know who did it. Fly. Self for the winner, pimpin'. Yeah. It's like the television. Tell-lie-vision. Realize. Realize. Real lies. What's good? What's poppin'? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it does. So, what fears are we facing? I tell you what fears I was facing last night. Holy Moses. Holy Moses lost his molars on the roller coaster. It was later than it is right now when I got the news on yesterday about the President of the United States of America as he approaches the end of his first term. 32 and a half days from Election Day, Super Tuesday, I want to say, comes down with the Chiina virus. Him and his lovely wife are both testing positive for the Fauci virus. And so one of his assistants or staffers or otherwise hanger-on person, I imagine they're all tested regularly, came up positive before or after one of these events. And then the POTUS, the First Lady, were tested. I wonder. I wonder. I know you have questions. I have questions. We all have questions. What was the first question that you had when you heard it? Were you like, what's the Tigger for Abbott Labs? Isn't that the test that Trump was so bullish on? Wow, that was incredible. The stunt you pulled right there in your Chrysler, sir? Sorry, ma'am. I'm quite comfortable assuming the gender of the individual that just pulled that stunt. Wow. Unfortunate. I call it like I see it. I call it like I feel it. Mind you, a horn on a car is a pet peeve of mine. A horn of a car. Do you know what the purpose is? For all you people that passed your drive test the first time, written. The horn of a car is used for the purpose of what? Do you know? Is it to express your feelings to another motorist? Is it to get the attention of someone that you think you recognize? Is it to warn another motorist about some fly shit on the side of the road? Or D, none of the above? The answer is D, none of the above. You know, I wanted to take a detour and learn and figure out if I was right about the gender of that motorist. The answer, by the way, is to avoid a collision. That's the purpose of a horn. To alert another motorist for the purpose of avoiding a collision. That is the purpose of the horn, fellow motorists. If you learned something new, you're welcome. If you already knew that and didn't do that, 2 of these for you. You can have both of them. But anyway, I wanted to know where they were going so I could see them, but the way that they're their distance from the limit line, the way that they approached and got there, and the maneuver with which they switched lanes to get there, and the stunt they pulled before, I'm 100% certain that I know the gender of the motorist. And it was murdered out, if you will. Everything was black. The tint was illegal. And so I would have had to see them from the front, in which case we would have been looking at each other like a deer in headlights. What was your first question when you heard about the diagnosis? Mine was, my stocks. Finally got the gumption, intestinal fortitude, to make another play. And I didn't just make a play. Attempted to make 4 plays. And then I decided to do my first options play. So I had 5 potential positions. One was filled more or less, not immediately, but before the opening. This was, 2 days ago? I had one play that was long-term, just chilling. I had a limit order that did not fill and likely wouldn't, based on what I was trying to buy it out and what the trend was saying. And then I had my options. Mind you, my bread and butter has been swing trading, setting limit orders after market. That's been my bread and butter from day one. That is my strategy. I didn't charge you shit for that. I'm just keeping it a buck. Call it beginner's luck. But I was doing quite well for the amount of time I have been spending towards it, my experience level, my commitment level, my ability to focus, my bandwidth availability at the time. I was doing very well. And then I held through earnings, which is a cardinal sin. Wiped out all my earnings in the negative, was dealing with that, and finally pulled the trigger again. So I was exposed. I was about $3,000 worth of exposure. Most things I was confident that I could take, either break even, take a small profit, less than I wanted to, or, small loss, and just, reduce my liability, reduce my position, just knock that exposure out because of the news of the president and the diagnosis, the alleged diagnosis, right? Because as we all know, the stock market is not a representation of today's value. Rather, today's future, the confidence of the people today about the future of the market or each investment, share, what have you, contract, in this case, contract. So I would advise, if you're doing options for the first time, I did a simple call, right? Each contract, it controls 100 shares. And so the premium that you see, you got to multiply that times 100 to get the cost, right? So, a buddy of mine who did amazing, like he's killing it, day trading, scalping, intraday trading, amen. He did his first option about a week ago, and oh boy, not quite 100% return in less than 2 hours, but very close to it. I can't pocket watch. I cannot speak on another man's pockets, but I can tell you that it was impressive. That it was wildly impressive. And in retrospect, the call was a good call. But given the first one, you do want to limit your exposure. Options can go to 0, whereas a stock rarely will go to 0 unless the company becomes or unbecomes, right? They go poof. A share of nothing is nothing, amen. But options can go to 0. And so you should do one or two contracts your first time, depending on your budget, level of comfort, risk tolerance, all these things, right? I think he did 4 or 5 for his first time, and he admitted that was way too much. That was a YOLO type of a call. And so I was like, hold my beer. I did 10 contracts my first time. Roughly $500 of exposure. That should give you all the information that you need to know the approximate value of these options, right? Now, like I said, I've been making my living in this sector by setting limit orders after the trading day is complete, after hours, okay? Sometimes I'd get filled, sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I'd get filled during the aftermarket. Sometimes I get filled pre-market. Sometimes I get filled during typical trading session. This one was very interesting because, to my knowledge, you could not. Hold on. One moment. Remind me where I was. On the couch. Downstairs, 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 downstairs. What was I saying? You were supposed to remind me. You were supposed to remind me. Oh, are you serious? You don't remember? Oh, the moon is beautiful. It's full, it's orange, it's October. It must be a harvest moon. Yes, the 10 contracts. So, being an adult, I had to set myself a stop loss based on some research I did, based on my personal risk tolerance. I said 50%. If the value of my contracts fall below 50%, I will cut my losses and I will take it on the chin. Okay? Now, with the news, mind you, I could have sold for a respectable profit and used a round trip yesterday, but I would have had to have lightning quick fingers because it filled me about 180 seconds before the market closed. I'll save that story for another day. Anyway, so the one thing that I'm aware of, options that you cannot trade after hours. Then I get the news, I'm like, fuck. It's gonna open low as shit tomorrow. The whole stock market might take a shit for all I know. Right? So I had no choice. And I was going through a lot. I had to stay up late. I had to get up early. I could not afford, because I do get mentally lazy and I'll have a position and then I'll sleep through the opening bell. Couldn't do that. I had to get up early and check because it could be very, very bad. Wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. Then it dipped. And then it got very dangerously close to my 50%. And then it passed my 50% stop loss, mental stop loss. What I did was, because I had a feeling, I had a very good bullish feeling, but I was very tired, I sold half. I sold 5 contracts at a loss, at a significant loss, 60%. Right? Let the other 5 ride, took a nap, woke up. This happens. I wake up at the peak, I can feel it. My subconscious was looking out for me. And then I sold the other 5 at a significant profit. So I survived. I'm out on the market, took out all my positions, and we're going to start fresh next week. And the lesson, face your fear. Face your fear. And my fear was, guess what? I don't know everything. I have to learn by doing. I'm a knucklehead sometimes. I got to bump my head. I got to touch the stove. And sometimes it's going to cost me money. But hey, it's imprinted now, baby. It is imprinted. So imprinted. So, I wish everyone a beautiful weekend, a happy Q4, a happy, healthy, wealthy, prosperous Q4. Make more money than you ever have in your entire life. during these next 3 months. But don't celebrate Halloween, because the Queen of California seems to think that candy and walking around and, well, you know what? He might have a point. You know what? Maybe it's not a good idea. But fuck that. We got freedoms. Let me object. Let me protect my neck the way that I see fit. Maybe you want a turtleneck. Maybe you want a bulletproof vest with some type of extender that makes it thinner but taller. I've never been in the big and tall store, but the store did feel ginormous. A rhinoceros could be the rhinoceros in a fight. Why not? I got the tight flow today, I guess. So I guess I need some new jeans. A one company that wouldn't hire me, and now I got an honorary PhD from me. Goddammit, the fuck you think this is? Rampart Division? Shit. What you trying to divide? I'm just looking for a ride. But Uber not here no more. Buy and leave. Consumerism, please. Please. Thank you. MF Doom, Madlib, Typebeat, 2020. Game over. How many extra lives you got for Rover? Shout out to the homie Kevin and his 4-leaf clover. Hey, buddy. I think I beat you on the gains today. I will do the math later. And if I'm correct, I'll rub it in your face. And if I am not correct, I will admit it immediately. Shorten the time between a fuck up and an apology, people. You can do it. Your ego does not work for the government. You don't work for your ego. Your ego works for you. Same with your id. All right? Keep it together. Hold it together. I'm talking to the breadwinners of the families. I'm talking to the men. And that might be the lady. That might be both of the ladies. I'm talking to the man right now. I'm talking to the breadwinner. Hold it down. Make some executive decisions. You're going to have to make some executive decisions that you've never made before in this 2020, in this Q4. I hope you're prepared for it. All right? Think outside the box. And remember, there is no box. Give your body, give your mind, give your soul, give your spirit the things that it needs. Yeah, baby. Ride out to this. Just vibe with me, all right? Just vibe with me. Oh, check out the moon, too. See it. The moon, though. Bloody moon. Peace to the family. Tell somebody you love them. Tomorrow, Small Business Saturday. Vote with your dollar. Love with all your heart.